Hello and welcome to the Redmen TV. Liverpool went into Woodison Park and beat Everton by 1-0. It's player ratings time. Simon Mignolet, straight off the back, 7 out of 10. Wasn't worked particularly hard, but when he did need to, he came out for the ball, he caught the ball, his kicking was good, sound. I'm happy with that. That's a good Simon Mignolet performance for me. Right back, Nathaniel Klein, I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. Dealt really well with the threat of Aaron Lennon being on the left-hand side. Thought he dealt well with that. Thought he attacked reasonably well. Had a few opportunities for crosses. Yeah, good, solid game, as we expect from Nathaniel Klein. Dejan Lovren, I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10, mainly for that little yellow card that he picked up, because that's class. The way that he just turned his body in, shoulder barges Lukaku out the way, because that's a dangerous spot, and he played really well other than that as well. But the standout centre-back for me there was Ragnar Klavan. Absolutely brilliant from the first minute until the 100th. Do you know what? So dominant in the air, had Lukaku in his pocket, looked so calm on the ball again. You know, this is what we're seeing from Ragnar Klavan. The last 3 performances have been top-notch, if you ask me. And I'm excited to see him play. I'm actually excited to see our backup centre-back perform, because he's a good player, and I'm not going to say he's underrated, because I think everybody can see that he's playing really well, but I don't know if we've had a third choice centre-back who can just step into it and look so cultured and calm on the ball. Normally they're like a little bit, well, I'm thinking of Kolo Touré, erratic, aren't they, third choice centre-backs? So it's boss to see, and you know, I thought he was brilliant tonight. I really did. I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10. James Milner, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. Always offer an option again. You know, defensively, he did really well, I thought. You know, always in the right place at the right time. But guilty of overplaying the ball, if I'm honest, a few times, and you know, sometimes you just want him to whip the ball in. I'm not sure if it's always his fault that he cuts back to his right, because quite often when he had the chance to cross the ball in on his left foot, I felt that there wasn't the people in the box for him to cross to. So sometimes it's a good decision not to just aimlessly lose the ball. Sometimes I kind of hope that, and I wish that he'd just be a little bit braver, just whip that ball in and see if he can make something happen. Centre midfield, Jordan Henderson, I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. I thought he dealt with Ross Barkley really well. I thought the fact of the matter is that little bit of gamesmanship near the end when Barkley's picked up a yellow for a horrendous tackle on Jordan. But then he has the game knowledge and the experience to go over and try and get a little bit something more out of Ross Barkley when he kicks that ball away. I like that. I like that little bit of needle to his game. And, you know, as far as picking the ball up and playing it, he controlled the game as he always seems to. But again, I think Liverpool were just a little bit guilty. Whenever we got up to the edge of the area, I felt we were looking to carve the perfect opportunity instead of sometimes working the goalkeeper. And I know that's it's a frustration for Liverpool fans, and I do get it. Like, it's the first time really that I've been like, come on, we need to get the crowd into this a little bit more, or something like that. Because sometimes, you know, shots from outside the area, they can get the crowd into it, you know, and they can force a great save or something like that, or a little ricochet can happen. Poor goalkeeper might lead to an opportunity inside the box. So I get why we're doing it, and I get that it's good to keep the ball and stuff, but sometimes I just feel like, come on, just have a little fucking pop there, do you know what I mean? And Jordan Henderson was as guilty as anybody for that. Gini Wijnaldum, a good game, again, probably a 7 out of 10 for me. Again, frustrating when he gets into the final third, isn't it? I mean, everything he does from our area until their area is good, and then when he gets into their area, I don't know, he seems to lack a little bit of confidence. I think he needs a couple of goals just to get under his belt, and just to give him that little kick up the backside that he needs to know that he's a good footballer. Because, you know, when you look at it, two-touch, one-touch football, Wijnaldum's there, and he's always finding little pockets of space, and he's always offering a pass, and he's quite strong on the ball, and he holds the ball up well, but you need a little bit more, especially in games like that. And I felt today that Wijnaldum had a little bit more to give, and that's why I've not probably rated him as highly as the other midfielders. Adam Lallana, I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10 as well. He wasn't as good as the last game, nowhere near, but everything good that we did seemed to run through him. Such intelligent runs. You know, the guy's got just immense feet. His control is second to none on that football team, and I feel like because they played really well first half, he was coming very, very deep to get the ball, and I don't kind of want to see Lallana in those areas. I want to see him just sort of patrolling in front of that back four and making things happen. And, you know, tactically, I think he had to get involved in the game, and he did, and he found ways to get involved, but I think it hindered our attack a little bit. So there you go, there's my thoughts on that anyway. Right-hand side, Sadio Mané, for me, man of the match. I'm going to give him a 10 out of 10. You know, it's easy to go, where'd you go from a 10 out of 10? But you scored a winner in the derby in the 94th minute. That's a 10 out of 10. The fact of the matter is he was brilliant all game as well. He popped up right-hand side, he popped up left-hand side. He had opportunities to win the game. You know, he nearly got us a second goal with a great slide and pass. Absolutely brilliant. Deserves his man of the match. Deserves to score the winner at Goodison. Deserves everything he gets off the back of this. Deserves a good Christmas, quite honestly. Left-hand side, Roberto Firmino. I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10 as well. I thought he definitely got into the game more, and he played a lot more up front, and he switched positions with Origi a lot, but he's still not as good as when he's been playing with Coutinho. I think that's fair to say. Divock Origi didn't get his goal, a little bit gutting about, but still probably I go 7 out of 10 for him, because I think when he did pull out to left-hand side, you see why Klopp's not been playing him on the left-hand side. But you know what? When we've got players who, I personally think a lot of players had 7s, and we still get a win at Goodison Park right before Christmas, that's good enough, isn't it? Daniel Sturridge, 11 out of 10, because he comes on and makes that goal happen. Lucas Leiva, 11 out of 10, because he came on. And Emre Can, 6 out of 10, because of that first touch. That first pass, ridiculous. But let's not end it on that. Let's end it on Sadio Mané scoring the winner in the 94th minute at Goodison Park to give me my Christmas back.